Greetings, tribe, and welcome to the premiere edition of Ortega's Hotplate. I just spent 4 days in Chicago and had a goddamn blast. I went to 6 different wrestling shows, ate some great food, met some great people. So started out here Thursday morning, jumped on the old trailways. One of the most nightmarish trailways trips I've ever taken was this one. 3 screaming babies and the one naked kid running up down the aisle. But whatever, I'm used to the bus and I like the freak shows, so that's, my thing. Got into Chicago about 4, immediately jumped on the train, took it over to Logan Square where the show was going to be, went to a dispensary, bought my first legal weed. Then I made my way to a Puerto Rican restaurant, got some food. We'll discuss all the food over on Snacking with Ortega. New episodes every Thursday on YouTube at 3 p.m. And after I ate, I then rolled over to the Logan Square Auditorium and went and saw the AAW Destination Chicago show. Really, really good show. Hell of a way to kick off, my wrestle week. Davey Vega was there. Juice Robinson and one called Manders had a wonderful match. It was really good. I think it's good, for Manders to get, in there with that guy with that much caliber and that much stroke. Put on a great, great show. There was some near falls that I was just completely oh shit, this is the thing, man. It's happening. He's getting the win. And it was just really well done. And it came to a no contest. The guys from Infamy came out and jumped Manders because they've been feuding. And those guys are a bunch of sucks. They cheated to win the belts, and they're dirty. I mean, it's part of the thing, I know, but, whatever. Tag Team Championship match, Jake Something and Stallion Rogers defeated Infamy. Ha ha, ha. You lost your fucking belts, assholes. And now, Jake Something and Stallion Rogers have the AAW Tag Team belts, and that's fucking badass. Call Your Shot match, Hakeem Zane with Rich Swann, Ace Perry, frontman Josh C, and Shaft. Hakeem gets the win, as I was hoping for. I really, really love him. Hakeem Zane, Rohit Raju, whatever, it was just a fucking stellar heel. Just pulls it off on every aspect, he lives the gimmick. It's fucking great. There was a great moment because Swanee came out and, he's doing the all night long dance, and it takes a while, and they're joking on that a little bit, but he does the splits in the ring, and Ja takes his jacket off and puts it on his back like James Brown, and, Swanee pops up out of the splits. It was just a cool little moment. After that, AAW Heritage Championship, Myron Reed loses his belt to the inevitable Ace Austin. I was really hoping to see that as well. I really, really like Ace. He's a fucking great talent. He's so smooth and fluid in the ring. It's just great to watch. So immediately after that, Hakeem Zane comes out to call his shot, challenges Ace for that Heritage Championship, and while staring at the belt with the referee's attention, Karam comes in, puts the beat down on Ace. Hakeem Zane gets the Heritage title. And it is fucking beautiful because he's a fucking great fucking heel, man. I love that shit. Daniel Garcia and Davey Richards, the new generation versus the old generation. Man, Davey Richards can still go, but Daniel Garcia is a fucking monster. He's been on AEW quite a bit lately. If you get a chance to see him, man, check him out. He is a wrestling machine. He's really, really fun to watch. Allison Kay beats Jody Threat for the women's championship, or retains it, Laredo Kid and Arez, Jesus Christ, what a great lucha match, man. Those guys are just just amazing spots. Arez does the nip up, but he doesn't pop straight up. He actually lands it with his back bent and slow lifts into it. Just a super cool look, man. And then the single greatest wrestling match I've ever seen live. Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, challenging AAW champion Fred Yehi. 60-minute time limit draw. And it wasn't a bunch of resting and taking a nap on the outside of the ring. These motherfuckers worked. They worked hard for that fucking hour, man. It was amazing. At one point, Josh Alexander pulls off 9 straight German suplexes. Ridiculous. Just great technical wrestling, super heavy hitting and bruising. I mean, there's no flippy high spots and shit, but man, just a great wrestling match. It really, really capped off the show. Like I said, just the best wrestling match I've ever seen live in my life. It was just incredible. You can check it out over on Fight TV. They got all that shit. So, anyway, after the show, jumped on a train and a bus, rolled over and hooked up with my buddy Corey Engel and his girl Hannah. They just recently moved up to Chicago, so it was good for them to have some homies around, and it was good to see them. And it looks like Corey's really doing well. He really seems to enjoy his job, and he really seems happy. So, and that makes me happy that they're happy. We hung out, went to a 4 a.m. bar, went back to his place, drank some whiskey, slept in a little later than I wanted, but so it goes. Went and grabbed brunch at this place called Dollop. Cool little diner, hip little place, really good solid breakfast. Everything was cooked really like the eggs were nice and fluffy, and they didn't seem like they'd been put in a bunch of fucking butter, and the sausage was really good, and they had the jelly and the butter melted together for the toast so it was warm, and they had house pickles that you could get as a side dish. So of course I got a side of pickles, and they were really fucking good pickles, man. It was next time I'm over visiting with Corey, I'm going to contact these places and see if they would sell a jar of them, because they were really, really fucking good pickles. That's probably why they have them for sale, as a side. They do it right. So, from there, jumped on the bus, jumped on the train, went out to the goddamn suburbs, got off the bus, took about a 20-minute walk before I got to my Airbnb. Wonderfully nice lady running the house named Susie. She has several Airbnb tenants that are long-termers, which was kind of odd, but they seem like this kind of cool little family. They're all hanging out in the living room together, invited me up for dinner for lasagna the one night, and it was just it was I'm not used to something like that, but it seemed like maybe surrogate family stuff, and everybody they all kind of needed each other and all kind of fill a void or something. But it's cool. Everybody was super fucking nice. My only issue with the place is it's out in the suburbs and there ain't shit to do out in the suburbs, and also it's where the show was about a 25-minute walk from the Airbnb, which is not bad. I mean, I'm not bitching about that by any means. But that was also the closest anything that's where there was a 7-Eleven and a laundromat and a taqueria and a closed diner and of course a bar, the neighborhood inn, which I spent some time in because it was right there next to the arena. So anyway, get to the Airbnb, do all my stuff, check in, drop off my shit, and head on over to the Grand Sports Arena, Hoffman Estates, Illinois, for 2 shows: the Freelance Underground No Place Like Home and the Co-Pro Black Label Pro GCW 3 Cups Stuffed. I am not going to go over all this shit. You can go watch all these shows over on Fight TV. Freelance Underground, the card that was originally scheduled and the card that happened are so far from each other. It's fucking amazing. Like literally half of it changed, and I think the card that it ended up with is a better card overall. Some highlights: Trevor Outlaw and Effy had a great match. Trevor Outlaw gets a dirty win. Effy, fucking Iron Man, dude. Iron Man. That guy wrestled 7 matches in 5 days this weekend, and some fucking brutal ones, including the Art of War match. So MVP of the weekend has to go to Effy, man, because not only did he wrestle all that, he also put on the big gay brunch to cap off the weekend. So props to fucking Effy, man, and he's a super cool dude. Cole Radrick and Jordan Oliver, 2 really young dudes from the indies that I really love watching, and just seeing 2 of those guys go at it. They put on such a great fucking match. Definitely match of the card. It was really goddamn good, man. Jordan Oliver is just amazing to watch. Radrick, they're both so good and fun, and I can't say enough positive about him. Just go find them, look them up on YouTube, check them out. Cole Radrick, Jordan Oliver, it's good stuff, man. Finally got to see Billy Starks wrestle a live match, actually several this weekend. The Iron Beast or pardon me, Iron Demon Shane Mercer taking on Craig Mitchell, who I'd never seen before. Kind of reminded me of Eddie Kingston in a way. Big brawler dude, and Mercer's just like this behemoth of mass and an amazing athleticism. His finishing move is called Moonsault and Battery, and it's a moonsault off the second rope while he holds the dude and flips it. It's fucking sick. And then the main event was supposed to be MD Kylie, Nick Gage, and Kylie Ray teaming against Frank the Clown and GPA. And unfortunately, Kylie could not make the show. So, in her stead, we got MDK Housen. Nick Gage and Danhausen as a fucking tag team. I don't know that. I think if I just say it and you have to envision it, fucking it's just madness. Just, goddamn it, really cool. And like, that was probably the smallest audience of the entire weekend. And I would say there's maybe 250 or 300 people there. And even at that small of a number compared to some of the other nights, the fucking energy that's in the fucking room when Nick Gage comes out is fucking, you can feel it. It's fucking there, man. It's a fucking presence. There's electricity in the fucking air when that man comes into a room. And it's over. Like, I teared up. It was that fucking overwhelming and powerful with that. And I mean, I saw him wrestle several times this weekend, and just imagine, like, that's the kind of reaction I had with, like, say 250 people. Imagine when there was 1,000. It's fucking powerful, man. It's fucking, that guy has something about him. Wonderful, wonderful. Fucking love fucking MDK all fucking day, buddy. You better believe it. 3 Cups Stuffed. Great fucking show. Scramble match, Jordan Oliver, Billy Starks, I've already talked about both some of my favorites. And then Marcus Mathers, who's a super great talent, Mike Jackson, Nick Wayne, and Starboy Charlie. Starboy Charlie is going to be a superstar, man. The kid's fucking amazing, and he's super young. Nick Wayne, never seen before. I saw him a couple times this weekend. Kid's fucking, he's really impressive. Got to finally see Alex Shelley live against Filthy Tom Lawler, and Filthy Tom gets the win in a really, really good match. And also grabs the Midwest title. Super, super fucking lucha match. Arez and Gringo Loco, and they beat Dragonbane, El Hijo de Canis Lupus, and we got to see Juventud. Juventud and Kamikaze, who is actually Ninja Mac in a different outfit. He's great too. And then ASF and Laredo Kid. Super just, it's a great, if you've seen lucha stuff, there's like fucking 4 dudes going crazy, and it's fucking amazing stuff to watch, and it's fun. Too Cold Scorpio and Stallion Rogers. Too Cold can still go, man. And it's so good that Stallion Rogers is back out, formerly Kurt Stallion. Jake Something versus Effy for the Black Label Pro Championship. Jake Something is a big, big, brutal man, and he's great to watch in the ring. I really enjoy his work, and I love Effy, and these two just beat the piss out of each other. It was a great fucking match, and just like I said, Effy just put in some fucking work this week. There's a tag match. Nick Gage and AJ Gray, Mance Warner, and Matt Justice took on Warhausen, Danhausen, and Warhorse, and the Powers of Pain, the Barbarian and Warlord. Yes, those dudes from way back in the day. And it was a really cool, fun match. Very kind of nostalgic thing, and interrupted by the stupid 440, because that's what they do. And Ricky Shane Page is one of the best fucking heels in the fucking world. Then there's one more thing after that. 2 years ago in Chicago, Jimmy Lloyd and G. Raver were having a death match. G. Raver injured his arm, severed some nerves, lost use of the arm, which also cost him his career as a tattoo artist, and also put him on the shelf from wrestling. One of the first GCW shows I watched last summer was his return. And I knew nothing of this story except as I've learned it over this last year and a half. And he came back and he, attacked Jimmy Lloyd, and they have had just brutal fucking bloody fucking wars for the last year. Like, just where it's just like, what the fuck, one of you is going to actually kill. Like, I've never been so scared watching a match as watching those two, because I literally thought G. Raver was going to stab scissors into Jimmy Lloyd's chest. I know wrestling, I know how it works, but I was genuinely concerned that they were going to go that far, because it might be Jimmy Lloyd just being like, yeah, I'll fucking let him stab me with the fucking scissors, fuck it, it'll be great on camera. And definite worry. This was back where the incident happened. Last one. This is it. And dear God, did they put on a show. I was in the third row. I got hit with fucking glass. It was super fucking brutal. I know people who will watch that and get very uncomfortable by it. Watching G. Raver fucking da-da-da-da-da with broken light tubes in his head and his arm and stuff. And it's like, one thing that like people just misconstrue about death matches is that it's just pure violence for no reason. And the thing is, there's a real art to it, because imagine how good you have to be and careful you have to be to not seriously fuck somebody up when you're smashing each other with light tubes and going through panes of glass and getting wrapped up in barbed wire and being set on fire, being thrown into thumbtacks. You have to have some trust in the other person, and like Alex Colon was the first person I ever saw like the artistry in and how he does things. Like, most people get like 2 whacks out of a light tube, he can get 4 just because he can pop. It's really smooth how he does some shit. Atticus Kogar, also a fucking artist at the death match. I understand where if you just saw it, you'd be like, oh, that's all it is. But like, if you pay attention, you watch them, but man, some of these guys are really, really talented. And the thing is, a lot of them, most of them, can just do a regular match too. The death match pays more, and and some of them enjoy it. It's the adrenaline rush and the fucking we're doing some crazy shit. I mean, I get it. And like, that was one of those things, like going home after that or going back to the Airbnb after that, definitely was just blown away by the show. But then there was also that concern for the Art of Wargames match the next night. The 2-ring, full cage, I think fucking 12 guys. Was it 12 fucking guys? Might have been 12 fucking guys. I'm finding out. Why can't I find the fucking one I want? Oh, it's right here. So, Gage, Colon, Mance, Justice, Effy, and AJ Gray. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6. There's 12 motherfuckers in the ring. On the other side, 4 for Ricochet Page, Kogar, Gregory Iron, Bobby Beverly, Eddie Only, and Eric Bryan. So we'll get to that, but fuck, man. Seeing that, the one match with just the 2 dudes being so, whoa, that thinking about 12 men inside those 2 cages locked in with weapons, and God knows fucking we're like, hey, what kind of crazy shit will fucking GCW put in there for something like this? Like, there's a scaffold on each end of the motherfucker. It's a fucking dual cage. It was, wow. Yep. Anyway. Saturday, Black Label Pro, Ground Control to Filthy Tom. It's another great show. Imagine that. Every one of these fucking shows this weekend was fucking solid, man. It's just, the card is front to back solid. They're all good matches. I don't understand why the big boys can't do better. But you know what? Don't give a fuck. I'd rather go see this. This is more organic. It's more punk rock. It's, you can go see the Nickelback in the fucking arena wrestling, or you can go see the fucking down at your local dive rock bar Gabe's fucking band that's fucking dirty and greasy and fucking wanting it and hungry, like it's more visceral and more real to me, so I like it better. That's what I'm saying. Got to see Billy Starks again with Jody Threat. Great match. More Jordan Oliver. Love that kid. Young, dumb, and broke. Fuck yeah. Love that shit. Finally got to see Big Beef Gnarls Garvin live. That big son of a bitch is great and fucking fun to watch. Check him out. Lee Moriarty. If you don't know, you need to find the fuck out. He is fucking amazing, bro. Finally got to see Kylie Ray vs. Killer Kelly. Definite high spot of the fucking weekend for the show. 8-man tag match. Now, it was supposed to be Dan the Dad, Effy, and Warhorse, and a mystery partner against Danhausen, and Danhausen. And 4 Danhausens came to the ring. But there was something off about all of them. They seemed to be bad clones of Danhausen, and Effy gets the mic and says that there's all these clones of Danhausen, and he said the only way to actually fight Danhausen is with Danhausen. So he was the mystery partner. And man, all the guys, like the guys they were all, you know, made up to look like Danhausen, but they all just like, it's all like, oh, it's that guy. Cabana Man Dan, Devin Monroe, Puff, and so glad Megabyte Ronnie, man. Megabyte Ronnie is a pro wrestler and competitive eater, and one of his things, he's got his fanny pack in the ring, and he carries a hot dog in it. And so he does kind of like the Rock's elbow drop, but he takes the hot dog out and does the crisscross, goes off the ropes, and then pops it up and takes a bite and then drops the elbow. Fucking beautiful. So stoked to get to see that guy. And if you know Danhausen's thing, like all of a sudden tequila starts playing in the middle of the goddamn thing, and so you got to do a dance, and there's the little gimmick on the outside with the kick and everything. And so the song starts, and all the Danhausen clones start to do the dance. And it's like, okay, whatever. But then the other 4 guys on the floor, all leg sweep them. They get up on the ropes. So we got Effy, Warhorse, Danhausen, and Dan the Dad all doing the dance on the side of the ring, and they're all doing it pretty much, you know, in unison. They're all doing the same goddamn thing, and just they did it through the tequila or the Danhausen, and fucking great. I've got it pretty much the whole thing on video clip. It'll be up a thing I'll put up later. It'll just be like wrestling clips from the Second City Summit fucking thing. Got to see Rohit wrestle again, which was great. He lost to Kevin Koo, but Kevin Koo's a bad motherfucker, and it was a really solid fucking match, man. You know, Rohit, like I said, he's one of my favorite wrestlers, and, you know, he's got the whole, his mother calls him son because he shines like one, the mocha-skinned manimal. And so I'm like, man, even though he's super heel, he's got 8x10s. I never see him have merch, so I'm going to go get some fucking merch from this dude. So I buy the goddamn 8x10. This motherfucker signs it to the ivory-skinned idiot. Fucking Rohit Zane, motherfucker. So Jake Something and Stallion Rogers just Thursday night won the AAW tag team, and here they are Saturday afternoon fighting for the Black Label Pro Championship. Super hard-hitting match, just super fun to watch. Ended that show with Filthy Tom Lawler and Daniel Garcia in fucking a clinic. Amazing shit. The probably what I would assume the main event, the biggest attended event, the motherfucker of the weekend, the Art of Wargames. Very small card because, you know, the ring has to get set up and like 12 dudes got to get introduced to the ring like every 2 minutes, so it's already like gonna, you know, it's a long thing. Got to see Billy Starks again. Great match with Janai Kai. Tony Deppen and Alley Catch had a banger of a match, and afterwards Deppen calls out Ron Funches, who was in the crowd. Who knew? Well, a lot of people knew, apparently. So Deppen and Funches are going to, I guess, fight at the next show in, I believe, L.A. So there's that to look forward to. There was the PBR Ladder Scramble Fuck Fest. You know, 2 rings, bunch of fucking ladders. There's no ladder. There's nothing to get off the fucking ladder, like, you know, a ladder match where you get the belt. There was nothing up there. Just ladders were involved with everything. They made a little bit of fun of the milk crate thing and stacked up a thing on the outside, and the two dudes were going up the stack, and just about the guy, they got the top, Shane Mercer takes fucking dude and like fucking chucks him into the milk crates. Mercer also threw Yo-Yo out into about the fourth fucking row. It was goddamn great. Some Spike Dudley shit for real. Ninja Mac ended up winning this, and man, Jordan Oliver was on it as well. I always got to mention that kid. Love that kid. Ninja Mac, if you haven't seen the dude, hunt up some footage, man. The guy is just a fucking, like, he's one of those parkour dudes, but like, he can work it all in. He's got some wonderful fucking, he's smooth as shit. The end of this match was a crazy fucking power bomb off like the top of a 20 fucking foot ladder on Dante Leon. It was sick. Again, clip show. It'll be coming. You'll know it. I'll put it up in the fucking thing. And if you fucking subscribe to the channel, you'll get all the updates from new stuff's airing. Like New Snack with Ortega every Thursday on YouTube channel. 3 p.m. I'm putting my fucking self over, you goddamn right. So, Art of Wargames match. Wargames, you know how it works. Start with 2 people, and then one from each team comes in at random intervals, and they go. So you got the first 2, then you got 2 on 1, you got 2 on 2, then you got 3 on 2. Now you can do math. You fucking get it. I've never witnessed anything like this in my fucking life. It gave me, like, I didn't notice it while it was on, but afterwards I felt there was an anxiety in my gut from watching it. And a lot of it is the fact that there was so many people in the room, and everybody was just fucking nuts, man. It was the fucking hot fucking crowd, bro. And there's so much fucking energy in the room from all those people, and they're all having a good fucking time, and everybody's fucking happy, and they're all fucking loving this fucking shit. And so you've got all that in the fucking air, and then you're watching these dudes, and there's just glass flying, and pop, pop, boom, boom, and like fucking, it sounds like explosions going off. And fucking, it's not like a normal like match you like watch on WWE where it's like there's 6 dudes in the ring, but only 2 of them are doing anything. The other motherfuckers are on the outside of the ring taking a nap. This shit, there was so much going on you couldn't hardly pay attention to any of it. You're just like, well, I'm gonna watch over here, and you'd hear something and look over here. It's madness. Like, they could have had like 4 screens. If they could have done that many cameras and had 4 separate screens up on Fight, they could have had coverage of maybe all of it. Just complete insanity. Again, fucking getting pelted with glass and fucking, it's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. And just so much to take in. And, you know, the culmination of it is Ricky Shane Page getting tossed off the top of the scaffolding through how many panes of glass, how many light tubes, however many chairs and doors that they fucking stacked up. And apparently this is Ricky's last death match. He has definitely put in his fucking time doing it. He doesn't need to do it anymore. He's a fucking great wrestler. He's a great character. He doesn't need to kill himself any longer. He's earned a break. If he wants to do it, great. But if he wants to get out of it, I don't feel that anybody should fucking misjudge that. I know there's going to be some motherfuckers on the internet being like, that fucking pussy, fucking can't do it. It's like, no, it's that he chooses not to, man. He doesn't have to fucking do that shit to himself anymore, so get off his fucking back. Oh yeah, can't forget that old Matt Cardona Open Challenge. So it really wasn't an open challenge, because Cardona kind of handpicked his opponent, which was Chicago's own Frank the Clown. Squash match, of course. Immediately after that, because the open challenge hasn't been answered yet, theoretically. It's still open, because no one answered it. They filled it. Loopholes. G. Raver's music goes off. And so all these druid dudes come out, like 6 or 7 of them, whatever, all get in the ring and circle Cardona. And it's still in the cage, mind you. G. Raver comes out, comes up the steps to the cage. They all circle Cardona. And G. Raver turns around and walks off. And I'm like, well, what the fuck, man? It would make sense for G. Raver to take this open challenge and win the belt. That dude's busted his balls. He's earned a fucking title. But then, like, one at a time, the ninjas or druids attack Cardona, and he boom, dispatches of one, dispatches the other, and he's finally like, ah, yeah, motherfucking pussies, aha. But there's still one dude behind him in the corner, and all of a sudden you see that fucking shoulder thing, and the crowd just fucking explodes because it's fucking Moxley, man. Fucking Mox showed up, goes up, paradigm shift into the fucking glass, second paradigm shift into the glass, fucking rolls Cardona over, pins him, answers the challenge, gets the GCW belt. And of course, after spring break, the confrontation between Mox and Gage comes out, gets in the ring, and they are fighting for the title in Atlantic City down the road, I believe in October. I'm not positive. Obviously, you can check out GCW's Twitter, their Instagram, also their website for any information. I suggest the Twitter. That seems to be the best way for wrestling fans as far as social media, in my humble opinion. So just, after that crazy fucking death match, you'd think there's no way they could cap that because the energy was so high, and man, that whole Mox ending, just fucking wow. Had the weekend ended there, I would have been fucking perfectly fine with that. It was so much fun, and like all that, overwhelming and adrenaline and fucking electricity and energy. I felt all weird, and I still haven't quite pulled out of it. It was a really, really amazing experience, and it's hard to just let it all go. So I'm hanging on to it as long as I can. Got to finally meet Tiffany and Val Pancakes, two of my friends on Twitter. We've talked with each other online now for probably a couple years or so. And I know that, I know Val goes to a lot of shows. I know Tiff goes to fucking, I don't know how the fuck she goes to that many shows. I think sometimes she's in 3 different places at the same goddamn time. It's pretty fucking awesome. But, obviously have very similar interests and stuff, and so it was really nice to see and have a physical person to put with that. Both wonderful human beings. Tiffany's definitely got some fucking chaos energy about her, and it's fucking awesome. I mean that in a really, really positive way, because I dig that. Val's very laid back, wonderful, just super nice people, man. Can't say enough good things. Again, it's so good to get to meet those guys. If you happen to watch, guys, pleasure's mine. I hope to meet you again and see you to get another show. So after that, go back to the neighborhood bar, and I'm just gonna say hanging out in there the night. I spoke with Spider Nate Webb for a little bit about his online cooking show, which I really like. I hope he's going to do some more episodes, but it doesn't seem like maybe that's going to happen. But hey, who knows? It could. I would love for it. He does some cool shit. Also, he was a great wrestler. Allie Catch was there, as well as Joey Janela. We'll leave it at there were drinks procured, there was karaoke done, and I had a really great fucking time. Woke up Sunday for the big gay brunch, felt fucking miserable. I blame myself as much as I blame anybody else who gave me fucking shitty white tea shots. So yeah, but I forced myself out of bed because it's I have to go to the big gay brunch, man. We got to end this weekend hard. And go in with a hangover, party hard. I'm good with that. This is not the fucking one I want. This is the one I want. It's bullshit. So on the way to the show, feelings is so bad, I had to stop at the old 7-Eleven and get a Diet Mountain Dew and a taquito. And since they had the hot dog condiment thing there, I had put fucking 47 pickle slices in with my taquito. So I had that for breakfast. Got to the show, and by God, there was brunch. They had several breakfast items, and everything was 2 items for $5. So I had the F McMuffin and the Effy Big Gay Burrito, a creamy chocolate cake pastry and this like soft, like, I don't know what kind of bread it is, but it's like sweet cake but with berry swirls in the middle of it. And so I had all that, and I still felt like shit. So I went to the bar because they had micheladas at the bar, and I forgot to fucking mention this earlier. So the concession stand had like street tacos and quesadillas. I'd never seen a quesadilla with made with American cheese, but I did now. The tacos were fucking great. The thing is, the menu they had was not the menu that they were serving, and so as there was no hot dog on the menu, but there was hot dog on the menu. So I had, throughout the weekend, I think I had eight tacos and 4 hot dogs just from the concession stand. I really didn't eat other than there for like 2 days straight, but you know, whatever. Back to the brunch. So I ate all that bullshit. I went and got a michelada, which I had been partaking of quite heavily throughout the weekend because the dude had a really good mix and they were fucking solid fucking drinks, man. Yeah, see, the hangover fucking hit me, man. I was fucking tired. Like, I kind of like nodded off a little bit a couple times because I was pretty beat. I plan on going to the Collective in the spring, which is like 12 shows, maybe 13 or 14 if you really push it, in like 3 days. And you know, Val and Tiff have both been there, and both said you can do it. Once you get in the minute, man, you're there and you just fucking ride it. So it's like, I'm all about that, you know. So this was a great fucking show Effy produced. I think this is the 4th big gay brunch he's done. First one with actual brunch at it, because fucking pandemic. Edith Surreal wrestled Veda Scott, which was awesome because I saw Edith Surreal a couple matches earlier this year, and then she got injured, but like really good technical, like a really long, spidery kind of person, and like does a lot of technical shit and like submission stuff with her legs, and it's just fucking really, really good to watch. Pero, the fucking beast. Big bear beast daddy motherfucker, man. That guy is an ant. Like, he's scary. He's a scary fucking man. He fought Jordan Blade and pretty much just beat the hell out of them. Frontman Josh C and Ace Perry put on a fucking show, man. It was my favorite match of that day. Just really good back and forth. Josh just incredible. I love listening to him on the mic. Fucking super cool cat when you talk to him. And Ace Perry, the first time I saw him, I didn't really care for him, but he's fucking, I've seen him like 4 or 5 times now. I'm just like, yeah, this motherfucker, right? He grew on me. Second Gear Crew defended their fucking titles. Dark Sheik and Alley Catch, great match. And to cap it off, the recently cut from WWE, which, I mean, you know, that sucks. I hate that. I'm glad these guys are going out and finding work, and you know, it's a shitty business right now, and like Vince McMahon's just fucking shit up. He could make things so much better for everybody if he just wasn't such a fucking asshole. Anyway, Jake Atlas and Effy cap off the entire weekend. Really, really a good fucking match, hard hitting, and finished with basically a just straight knockout blow, man. Just Effy got knocked the fuck out. You know, Atlas left the ring, Effy's getting his shit together, and all of a sudden Pero comes out and beats him down. Pero and Effy had a daddy match at No Peace Underground, which does no ring death matches. They have a ring sometimes, but generally when they run a sound bar in Orlando, it's no ring. It's definitely interesting to watch. It's basically like, if you know at a bar like that has the big stage, and then there's a dance floor in front of it. Well, they just use the stage and the dance floor, and they put the barricade around, like where the crowd would be on the floor, and it's crazy shit. No Peace Underground, you can go check out on IWTV. IWTV's got a huge catalog of shit also, all this great indie stuff. It's only $10 a month. Actually, if there's a show going on that you want to see, because they air like fucking sometimes like 10, 11 live shows, new live shows a week, most of the time they've got a free week passcode that goes with that, so sign up, check it out, dig through their catalog. There's probably, you know, 50, 60, different companies on there. They've got like, I don't know, fucking 20,000, 40,000 hours worth of shit. Fuck, I don't know. It's insane. Yeah, so after the show, trying to come down, and I hadn't eaten, and I was feeling a little nauseous. It was 3 in the afternoon, and I'd had a couple of micheladas, and that didn't mellow out my hangover. Also, forgot, man, this thing, there's so much shit happening, it's hard for me to keep it in order. I met fellow cheeseburger J. Maxwell Bash. We bullshitted quite a bit at the show, man. Super cool dude. If you're watching, pleasure to meet you there, J. Max. I don't know why I said J. Max. It's fucking stupid. I'm fucking stupid sometimes. I'm a clown, whatever. Also, fuck, while I'm forgetting things, got to meet and talk to OG Kevin Gill. He is the voice of GCW. He is their golden boy announcer. And there hasn't been a show I've watched where he hasn't dropped like at least 3 fucking one-liners that are just like, fucking, I have to write that down because it's fucking brilliant and beautiful. Knowledgeable dude, super nice. Personable, took the time to bullshit with me. He knows me from Twitter, and it just really a pleasure to meet him. Also, ring announcer MLJ. So good, man. Like a while back, someone like giving him shit because he wasn't wearing like a suit in the ring. It's like, fucking, it's GCW, bro. We ain't fucking wearing those suits. And the guy's a great ring announcer. Also, Jay Rose, another great ring announcer. And one thing Jay Rose does really well, so you say a dude's coming out, his music starts, and the crowd's clapping, but they're not doing the right clap. Jay Rose can take that fucking and be like, he'll stomp in the ring, and as he stomps, he steers the audience to clap in his pattern, so it goes to the timbre that the wrestler wants for the song, and his whole, some of these like this, some like this, and then there's someone like that, and like he just can direct. It's fucking really, really cool to watch. And he's just super high energy. You can tell he loves what he's doing, and he just seems like a super fun cat. I know people are always really excited about meeting wrestlers and stuff like that, but for me, meeting those guys that help facilitate everything, without them, you just got guys in the ring, but you don't know who they are. If you didn't have J Rose or fucking Emil tell you who it was. If you're watching the match, you don't know what a move was because KG didn't tell you. If something funny happens, you didn't catch him fucking throw it on Woody one-liner because they weren't there. So see, they're fucking important. The announcers, fucking referees, all the fucking peripheral characters, man, they're important too. Everybody, it all makes wrestling go. Anyhow, so after that I went to this fucking Moretti's place. It's an Italian joint. It was near there. I'd been craving pizza. I'm like, well, I'm in Chicago, I'll get some fucking pizza because I really wanted it. This was not the pizza I wanted. It was the pizza I got. It wasn't bad. It's a thin crust, very, very similar looking to Casano's or Marion's from Dayton. And like it's kind of like the Domino's thin crust is kind of going for that same vibe, but there's a little too thin and a little too crackery. Whereas like the Casano's crust has like this salt thing on the bottom, and it's just like, that's good, and they have the sauce is a little sweet. Also, they're cut into the party squares. Anyway, so I got this pizza at Moretti's. Thin crust, cut into party squares, and it looked really good. I'm like, man, that looked like a Casano's pizza. I bet this motherfucker good. And then I ate it, and it was like, okay. It wasn't bad. I mean, I ate the whole damn thing, but I was also fucking starving. But, I mean, it was better than fucking Domino's or Pizza Hut, but, I mean, that's not hard to do. I wasn't disappointed. I was just like, okay, it's fucking kind of, I'll give it a B-. I won't fucking totally shit on it. Had a really good salad. Although I thought it was weird that, so the side salad was like $3.50. And then the dressing was $3, which I would just assume the dressing would come with the fucking salad. But, you know what, I'm fucking nuts, maybe. I don't know. Got up Monday, got on the train, went back downtown. Made my way to Manny's Deli and Cafeteria and had a fucking pastrami sandwich that fucking about made me pee my pants. It was so goddamn good. Again, that'll be a special Snacking with Ortega where I highlight the food from the Second City Summit weekend. Mostly it's going to be this Manny's thing because, like I said, I ate a bunch of tacos and hot dogs and a fucking shitty pizza, so what's to talk about? But, man, this place, it's legendary. It's been there forever. actually, my friend Yale is quite a foodie, and he's from Chicago, and I asked him, like, hey, what do you think of this Manny's place? And he said that it was his favorite place to eat on this hunk of rock we call Earth, I believe. I'm paraphrasing, but it's very something similar to that. And yeah, like, you know, I've had pastrami sandwiches other places, but man, I ain't never fucking had pastrami until I ate that shit. That's a whole fucking different level of fucking magic going on in that fucking thing, man. Just an incredible, and like the cool fucking setup, like you walk down a little cafeteria thing, and they got all the dishes and the cold dishes, like, oh, I need some coleslaw, and they give you a little dish coleslaw, and you got a little tray, and you slide down, it's like cafeteria. Daily specials, everything looks like, fuck, I could spend $100 fucking in there, man, easily, and fucking want to go back for some more, but, you know, you can only eat so much at once. Which, I think that sandwich had to have been 3/4 pound of meat. It was ridiculous. Super thinly shaped. I don't know how it's so thin that it looks like it shouldn't be able to be that thin and still be meat. Just so impaled and light and fluffy on this really good rye bread, and I've never really cared for rye bread. But when I had it with this pastrami and then their thousand dressing, the pastrami and the dressing and the fucking the rye bread, all the flavors go together, and it's like, okay, this is why you use the rye bread. I wouldn't want to eat a ham sandwich on it, but mixed with those things, they all go together to create one fucking magical fucking taste sensation explode in your fucking mouth, man. I'm telling you. I was pretty full when I left there. I had 2 hours to kill, so I'm just gonna walk around and wander around, because I hate being stagnant. I wander, I pace a lot. You may notice this if you're around me in public, unless I'm standing at the end of the bar, and then I'm pretty fucking locked in. So as I'm walking around, it's about 45 minutes later. I'm like, all right, I should probably start thinking about heading back to the bus station, so I can get, you know, just because they usually start boarding and stuff about like 20 minutes beforehand, so I'm gonna make sure I'm there on time, because we don't want to miss the fucking bus again. That adventure's for another time. But so I'm on the way back. I gotta walk past fucking Portillo's, and I had a bunch of hot dogs. They were shitty concession stand hot dogs. And a concession shitty hot dog is all right, but a Portillo's shitty hot dog is something special. So we went to the Portillo's and got some dogs and fries, and ate far more than I needed. Now, as I was saying before the camera cut out on me again, which I hope it doesn't again, eating Portillo's and then after eating at Manny's was just fucking uncalled for, but you know, whatever. So it goes. Went to the bus station, got on the bus. The bus was fucking packed. I forgot about the Labor Day holiday and didn't think about all the stupid kids coming back on Monday instead of on Sunday, because I figured it was going to be fucking empty. My bad. Fucking holiday. Anyway, this fucking kid who was next to me kept fucking doing the whole like fucking falling asleep and slamming his head, but he kept laying on my shoulder, and it's kind of pissing me off, but fucking whatever. But it was like so annoying, because I was going to watch All Out, and I still haven't fucking seen it here as we're sitting here Wednesday, because of fucking jobs and shit. Anyway, I love my fucking job, don't get me wrong. I fucking really, really love my job. Anyway, so on the bus coming back, and of course there's a food stop, and I fucking hate that they've now switched the food stop from, it used to be at the Loves across the street, and there's an Arby's there. I fucking love it, and I haven't had fucking Arby's since February of 2019 when I went out to Dayton for Revolver fucking Valentine's Massacre, which at the Revolver show October 30th, rematch, Alex Clone, Dave Chris, need to check it out. Anyway, so before this camera goes bad, we stopped at the Flying J for like, it's supposed to be 40 minutes. We were late getting there, so it wasn't a 40-minute stop. Regardless of that, it's only like 35 minutes to get from the Flying J to fucking Iowa City, so I hate spending, you know, whatever. It's just my thing. So you've taken the bus, fucking I like the bus, so whatever, fuck it. I'm not really bitching, I'm just telling a story. So got back to town, came up here and packed my shit, went out for a couple beers last night, and, you know, and here we are. I'm telling the story. The story's been told. So just remember, This is Ortega's Hotplate. It's my new thing I'm doing. I don't have a regular schedule for it yet, so just stay tuned. You know, I always put it on the Facebooks and the Twitters and the Instagrams and put it on the thing. Please, even if you get it on Instagram, I would really appreciate it if you would actually go to the YouTube and watch it so we get the views. Also, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, whether it be the Snacking with Ortega, whether you like this, which is going to be focusing mostly on wrestling, but I'm still going to talk food. I'm still going to talk Fast and Furious movies. Should I really like? Things that piss me off. Just random babbling sometimes. Let you get inside my brain a little bit so I can get some shit out of it. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. Please help our channel grow. Tell your friends, email, message, you know, whatever, all that bullshit. I'll be back sometime later this week. Keep an eye out for the wrestling video clip show that I will have up later on this week, probably Friday night, as I have like 2 full days coming up between the theater and Gabe's in Wildwood the next 2 days. So there's that. Thanks for dropping by the Hacienda. I'm Ortega LaTrobe. This has been Ortega's Hotplate. We'll see you down the road.
I love Ortega's sauce. It makes my taco pop.
Boy, you know that guy's catching a folding chair to the head.